Hello again, this is Tim with Project Stormproof, and the word of the day is trusting in the silence. Now, to get you in the right mindset for the word today, think about a time that you've prayed for something. Either you wanted it or you didn't want it, but you said, I'm going to pray about it. Or maybe something that you wanted, maybe something that your partner wanted, maybe something that your friends or family said that they wanted, and you said, you know what, I need some time, I'm going to pray about it. Now, sometimes when God gives us silence and doesn't necessarily give us an answer right away, or maybe we don't get an answer in a week or in a month, we say, you know what, we're going to make the decision ourselves. Now, what happens when we make the decision that we are waiting for God to make? Just like I've said before, that could put you in the wrong place at the wrong time. And again, I don't know about you, but I want to be in the right place at the right time and right times. So that being said, we have to trust in His silence. If we make the decision, it can go against what He wants us to do. And just like I talked about before, if we make the decision that's opposite of what He wanted, that could potentially be the devil leading us where the devil wants us to go. So think about that. And I know people who have done this before. It's like literally they'll pray about something, and I know that might be kind of bad, but they will literally pray about it, maybe really pray about it, but then literally the next day, they will have an answer every single time. I mean, multiple times in weeks and months, like they'll always pray and then have an answer right away. And maybe that's true. However, if that's not the case, if they're not really receiving an answer, it's all in vain. So we need to be mindful and be careful of how we perceive what God is telling us, and if He's telling us something or if it's silence. We cannot make the decision that God should make. So, as always, I'm going to get into the verse here. It is John 11:40 in the NIV. It says, "Then Jesus said, 'Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?'" Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God? So all we have to do is believe. And it is simple as that. And faith is believing in what you have not seen. Faith is believing in what you have not seen. And that is the important thing here. Now let me go ahead and get into the word. When you are desperate for help and direction, God's silence can feel disheartening. And in those moments, that's when we can make the decision that we shouldn't be making in the first place. Now, you wonder if God has forgotten you or if He really cares at all. I'm going to tell you one thing. He cares. He cares. And you know what? Whenever He is silent and He's making us wait, I guarantee it's for Him to teach us something, right? Now, certainly as Martha and Mary waited for their dear friend Jesus to respond to their pleas, they grew increasingly desperate. Their brother Lazarus was dying, and they knew Jesus could easily heal him. If Jesus would just respond in time, surely Lazarus would be okay. But Jesus tarried, and what happened? Lazarus died. But I don't know if y'all know how the story goes, but I'm going to talk about it. However, do not think that the delay was because Jesus didn't love them. In fact, Jesus loved them very much. Rather, when He finally arrived, He used the opportunity to glorify God and deepen their faith by raising Lazarus from the dead. And you can see that in John 11:1 through 45. Likewise, God's silence to you is not to dishearten you, but to bring you to a new level of intimacy with Him. So do not despair and do not sin. Keep seeking Him passionately, knowing He will answer you and He will reward your intense desire for His will with a greater revelation of His character than you've ever known. So again, super important. This is about God's will, not our own. God's will, not our own. We do not do this in vain. We do this for God, for the glory of God, period. And that is what He can be teaching us through His silence. So again, if there's some time that you feel like God is silent, don't try to make a decision on your own, especially right away. Be patient and wait on the Lord. Now, the prayer to close this, as always, I'm going to read it twice. First time, Jesus, I will trust even when you are silent. I want your will more than anything. Amen. One more time, I want you to repeat it with me. Jesus, I will trust even when you are silent. I want your will more than anything. Amen and amen. In his presence, believe he will answer you powerfully. He is going to give you the answer that you need. We cannot do that. We cannot give anybody or ourselves the answer that only God can give. So for that reason, we need to be patient. We need to wait for his answer. As always, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Hope that y'all had a great day. Talk to you soon.